I am recording this video today at 14:11. I am going to make this video as a part of the negotiation with United States, United Nations, the Board of Immigration Appeals, Colombia, and I can talk it about planetary negotiation. So at this moment in my circle since yesterday, I received an anonymous message from a woman is working who is working as a sexual worker at this moment. She's a student from a private university. I don't know who is her, but she told me that she's crying about the situation and she don't want to be in this job. I was crying yesterday because it seems that she's a very talented in her studies. I am not going to share her field of study, but I just starting to know and I perceive that she could be very talented. She is sending me anonymous messages and I'm starting to meet her because she don't wants to know about the situation. She just started 1 month ago in this point in this work, and I think that it is an injustice that the people needs to work in this case because she's explaining that her family, sorry, I need to improve my English, has a lot of debts, and they can pay the expenses of her, and they can pay their expenses because she goes to bankruptcy. I want to create today the planetary network of bankruptcy, the people who faced this experience. In my case, I faced it 7 times. I want to connect with all the people who faced this experience. The last time was the worst experience, and this experience was responsibility of the United States. And I want to make it aware about the situation. For example, today I was planning to submit the printed document with a lawyer in United States. She's Colombian. She told me that she can help me sending the document through her address, and she can print it. So the point is that I don't have money to pay her the cost of the delivery. I only have 58,000 58,000 Colombian pesos. It is approximately $12. That's all what I have at this moment. I don't have job. I am searching for a job. I already make it public in a supplication in my LinkedIn network. Only one person tries to help me with told me that he will try to help me with his networks yesterday with the supplicate. No one else told me nothing about it, and I make it in English in my LinkedIn network. Nobody offered me to start the process of evaluate in a job, and it is important because I have a PhD proposal for the uh, market, the employment market. We can call it market, and I'm very, very, very sure about my proposal. I have been demonstrating it, particularly in Spanish, and it is another reason for the visa by national interest. In the past, it was my pinned tweet to Joe Biden, United States. It is one of the main reasons to talk with Joe Biden in order to uh, discuss and demonstrate the importance of my, we can call it job management proposal. I am very sure about it. I am going to start a discussion with different people about it. I have ideas to create digital products or data system and data methods for it. And well, I want to demonstrate it. For example, in this case, I am talking on behalf of the Hispanic network of women. I want to create public policies and legislative project for the women who wants to leave the sexual working. She was crying. She cried. She told me that I don't know how to translate vomitar. It is like you return the food from in your mouth, that you make something like this, and she feel very bad. She cries in the bathroom. She told me a very sad history about her feelings. I want to encourage her to write an anonymous book because she don't wants to nobody know it, and it is only 1 month. And I want to encourage in the planet to work in this particular uh, demographic proposal, women's in social working. I want to in the United States probably it could be the same. Many women needs to make it by the need, by the money, and they hate it. And I think that in the United States there are many women facing the same situation. For example, women who live in a middle income class family, and they need to make it because they need to encourage the expenses. But in Colombia, it is more complex because here you can obtain resources in an informal way, and if you don't pay it, you can be murdered. My family also use that kind of credit. It is not like in the United States because the informal economy in Colombia is very big. The banks are a mafia. If you pay taxes, it is very expensive. You don't have a you don't have an enough salary to pay taxes and report it to the banks, and they don't give you the opportunity. It's very complex, the financial access here in Colombia, and it is a problem related with the bankers mafia. They are miserable in a specific way. uh, I also to today I was talking. I was happy because I connected with someone from CNN, a political journalist. I don't remember her name, but she accepted my invitation. And yesterday, someone from WhatsApp, he seems that he's Latino. He also accepted my invitation on LinkedIn. It seems that I am near to talk with Mark Zuckerberg because maybe yeah, he's allowing me to talk with his people. Sorry, with his. And I am happy for that. But I am sad for the history of the woman. I am happy today, but I am sad for this woman. And I want to talk about the revolution of empathy, the book that I proposed to lend it for free in a digital version for North Americans and any human, and the printed version, all the money will be invested in the planetary network of growers, or trees cultivators, the best way, a better word. So I talk in that way because then we invent a specific name, but for the moment, if you, in a neuro-linguistic way, if you talk about network and a network of a specific demographic group, it works better rather than say a particular name. But later we're planning to change the name. For example, the Planetary Forum of Social Networks, for starting, I think in talk about networks, including social network and networks in general. But well, it is for starting. Then we can make a company name, organization naming that's different from company naming or product naming. I have this skill and I love it. I want to propose something in this video for loca.com. I am not sure if they are receiving money from venture capital, but I have ideas to improve Loca, and that's another national interest because the investor in the United States, if I provide some ideas, I have very good ideas to improve Loca. I think that they are from Canada. Anyway, they are from North America. And I can be probably, I can apply for a national interest in Canada. Uh, the point is that I have ideas to improve this digital product. It is very good. I make the logotypes faster in this platform, but I think that it can be improved. And it is very important because people seem you more serious when you have a logotype, and if you don't have the company no, the organization formalized in a state, it seems not very serious, but when you have the logotype you start to see a little bit serious. So they helped me a lot of. It was one of the best discoveries for this process. I am very grateful with them. I am very grateful with all the social networks, but they are affecting us, and I want to make them aware about it. It is important to talk that when I was irrespectful with the people, it is because I was trying to represent a specific social groups, and I am like an actor representing them. And when I perceive the pain of this social group, I make it in this case because I know that I make some offenses to some people. For example, to Mark Zuckerberg, I make my finger in this way in Instagram, where they banned me 3 times in a week in WhatsApp, and I make it in Instagram, and when I make it, they banned me Instagram. But it is just a finger. It is the same way. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I was just trying to make an experiment, but it seemed that it probably demonstrates that Mark Zuckerberg is aware about what I am doing, and he knows a lot of things about me. He knows the women that I like, for example, because he knows when I see her Instagram. I don't know if they can see my camera in the cell phone or in the computer, probably, or someone else can make it. I don't know, but it doesn't matter. The point is that I already told that only the CIA could check my social network because I think that it will accelerate the process. I don't have nothing to hide in my case, but I think that I want to share it only with a serious organization like the CIA because they say that they are the first defense of the United States, the first line of defense, and I for the reason I proposed it. Well, our presidents are a disaster. Uh, I want to evaluate with the United States president. I am not sure because I was not analyzing the local politics, but in Colombia I already analyzed it. I think that I can advise him, yeah, Joe Biden. Don't forget that I am trying to demonstrate my PhD, and that's another thing for my visa by national interest and in collective decision making. I know that in United States you can apply to study a particular field in a PhD. I want to make it, as I told in the past, I'm interested in Stanford, Harvard, MIT, the best university of the United States. And I want to reach the frontier in this field. I think that I already reached the frontier, but I haven't the time and resources to structure it in a formal way. I only did a specific document with some scientific uh, structure in latex, and it was just to invite to a research cooperation proposal, and that's the best that I wrote for the moment. But I don't have money to pay the journals and things like that, and I don't have time to read all the prior art. But I think that in the during the innovation process, uh, I reach it without the need of read everything, because I don't perceive that it is created in the material plane, the reality. So I also have ideas to improve Oculus and arcades and new games of virtual reality. And I think that it is. I have Matt Hooper. He's working in Oculus, and well, I need to work and I need security. That's all. And I would love to be in the United States, but in a dignified way, not in the streets. Um, Please, I am at risk. It is very serious with the current president of Colombia. He was part of a terrorist group. Some witnesses are being killed in a mysterious way or a suicide. Uh, I want to propose something. I am going to evaluate the speed to evaluate the cases. I yesterday was reading that it was collapsed approximately 2 million of cases. I don't remember the new. I think that I have it in a screenshot. I am going to record another video um, in order to talk about it and the proposal to improve the collection decision making speed with the current ideas that I have. But if I keep exploring it, it could be improving. For the moment, I want to propose the exchange. I need military security. So I can, for example, demonstrate that I can be in the United States. But if I am in the United States, if I am in the United States in a military base, it can be in any part of the United States. It could be good. We can start with something. The less top secret military base, something like this. I am going to continue another video to put it in